We move on now to the Attitude Youth Awards, sponsored for the third year running by the Wayne Francis Charitable Trust, an organisation dedicated to the health and well-being of young people. And here to present the award is Wayne's daughter and trustee, Helena Francis. Joining her is Attitude's own Christy Munro and one of the young stars of New Zealand's highest-grossing movie, Taika Waititi's charming East Coast tale, Boy.
The Attitude Youth Award goes to an excellent young New Zealander. Our three finalists have stepped up tonight and they've said, you know what, I will not be defined by my disability. What I do for this world will define me.
The finalists in the Attitude Youth Awards are Duncan Armstrong, Lean Chen and Alex Needham.
At just 22, Alex Neddon is already in demand as a public speaker. That fits perfectly with his life goals.
Morning, Michelle. To be a role model for disabled people.
This year, Alex addressed the World Down Syndrome Conference in Ireland. Alex works 3 jobs. He volunteers at the Auckland Food Bank and for a youth disability camp. But mostly, he wants to mentor young people with disabilities. She's an accomplished musician, a sports force to be reckoned with, and a promising scientist. Lin Chen somehow manages to do it all.
I work quite hard. It's some things you need to believe in yourself and you need to find a way to motivate yourself.
Lin was born profoundly deaf, and while she has a cochlear implant, sounds are difficult to distinguish. She's learned English, Mandarin, and New Zealand Sign Language to communicate with her family and peers. This year, Lin's academic potential was recognised when she was invited to the prestigious Deaf Space Camp in the US, a kind of astronaut training.
It was the greatest experience you can ever get to.
The first 21 years of Duncan Armstrong's life have been spent laying the foundation for his dream to be a performer and an advocate.
I love performing because it's fun and people out there like it.
Duncan's an actor, drummer, songwriter. He's on the Wellington Youth City Council and has presented to a wide range of conferences. He does voluntary work for a dance company, a church group, and an arts program.
You need to get up and take action. Yeah. If you don't, then your life can be destroyed.
Kia ora, good evening. The Wayne Francis Charitable Trust is a family foundation. We're based in Christchurch and our focus is on youth and young people aged 0 to 25 and all that's involved in their development and transition into adulthood. Our philosophy is very much a hand up and not a handout. And the winner is Alex Neddon.
My name is Alex Neddon. My life is good.
Alex Neddon was just a kid in primary school when he first saw a homeless man on the street. As young as he was, he knew he wanted his life to be about helping others.
He got no money, no family, no friends, no nothing. Then I get my wallet out, I give the coins to him.
Alex lives with Down syndrome. His parents raised him to believe in himself and to challenge anyone who said he couldn't do the things he wanted. Alex is aware of other people who have disabilities who don't chase their dreams. He'd like to help them change their outlook on life.
To be a role model for disabled people. I like to solve people's problems. What is the topic? What's inside of your mind? What are your thoughts? What do you think?
But Alex wanted a career. He'd approached an employment agency, but they kept offering him jobs like pushing supermarket trolleys, placing limits on what they thought he was capable of. Alex formed a management team. He called them his champions, family and friends with skills to help Alex live the life he'd imagined. Today, he juggles 3 jobs.
On a Wednesdays, I work at Food Bank for homeless people. On Thursdays, I work for the Bishop. Then on Fridays, I work for Strike Personnel. Morning, Michelle.
He manages his schedule just fine. Alex says life's good. But he's noticed some of his friends, who also have Down syndrome, don't always push to make their dreams happen. And he's letting the world know that that's not right. He's building strong connections with plenty of plans for his own future.
I am so proud to win this award. I would like to congratulations for everyone at the awards. Thank you to everyone from Attitude, to my family and to my champions, to Mark, and thank you, and also much.
Art has long had a special place in the lives of people living with a disability, and in fact, Attitude has featured a number of very fine artists this year. The Attitude Artistic Achievement Award, the 4As, is sponsored by the Ministry of Health for the first time in 2010, and here to present it is Mr. Chai Chua, the National Director of the National Health Board. Would you please also welcome Joe Naufahu.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chai. I'm here to represent the Director General of Health, who sends his apologies. So it's with great pleasure tonight that I'm here to present this award for people with disability who are excelling in the area of creative artistic talent.
First off, I'd like to apologise for gate crashing. Joe promised me a free steak. It's hard to get a job out there nowadays. This award is for an outstanding achiever in any artistic endeavour. All 3 finalists tonight work in the visual arts, and to different extents and for different reasons. The finalists for the Attitude Artistic Achievement Award are
Andrew Blythe, Suzanne Te Kahurangi King, and Celeste Strew.
When Celeste Strew is working on her body art, she's in a world of her own, and that suits her just fine. Born with severe hearing loss, Celeste wears hearing aids and lip reeds.
I think I've got to the point where I don't think of my hearing as too much of a hurdle.
Celeste is determined to make a name for herself in the special effects industry. She's also trained as a makeup artist. She's already been named Best Emerging Artist at the New Zealand Body Art Awards. The works of painter and poet Andrew Blythe have been shown in New York, Paris and Chicago. The international recognition Andrew's received from the art world has had a positive impact on his mental health. Living with paranoid schizophrenia, Andrew's had periods of being extremely unwell, to the point where he stopped communicating with others. But he's recognised the need to engage with the world. Still, art remains his focus. This year, Andrew's health has improved dramatically. He's moved into his own home and begun living independently for the first time in 14 years. Susan Te Kahurangi King hasn't communicated verbally since the age of 4, when autism led her into silence. But she's recorded her view of the world through more than 4,000 artworks. Susan's 80-year-old mother, Dawn, has kept most of those works.
Oh, I think it means the whole world to her. It's just her. I mean, it's just what goes on in her mind, what she observes, and it's her fun.
Tonight's winner is Celeste Strew.
Creativity, I think, has always been there. Body art is something that I never thought about when I was in high school. And then when I was in my makeup training, one of my tutors said, "Oh, and would anyone like to enter the New Zealand Body Art Awards?" And I just sort of thought about it and went, "Yeah, okay, I'll do it."
And with that, Celeste Strew's career was launched. But in the process of manipulating other people's persona, her own confidence swelled. At those first Body Art Awards, she was named Most Promising New Artist.
That was one of the most amazing experiences of my life, and such was a bit of a shock as well, I suppose.
The recognition finally allowed her to overcome huge feelings of inadequacy that came from growing up with severe hearing loss and dyslexia. Celeste comes from a family of prominent artists. Her mum's a jeweller, her brother a bronze sculptor, dad is painter Dean Buchanan.
We're all sort of arty or creative or into making things in one form or another.
Her hearing loss isolated her. Conversations are hard work.
When people are talking behind me, I have a tendency not to hear them at all. So it's sort of, that can be extremely difficult. And whispering, I can't do whispering either, so there's sort of situations where it's like, oh, come on, what are you saying? What are you saying? Speak clearer.
School bullies targeted her because of her difficulty engaging in conversation. Dyslexia compounded her school trauma. It's art that's made her believe in herself and her future. She's not afraid of hard work, putting in 14-hour days on film sets. Now, with dozens of feature film credits to her name, it's the top job she's after.
My dream is to be an HOD or a makeup designer on a big paying production.
Thank you, and wow, this is I'm all sort of jumpy now. But I'd like to thank all my family and friends who have supported me through this, and to the Attitude people who even helped me do this. So yes, thank you to everyone.